Locked in.
Look at what we have here, folks.
To the only show that matters.
The cream of the crop.
Duke Loves Rasslin.
And there is no one that does it better than
your host.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
The Duke.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Najasism, your hoochie daddy Najasism, and you're listening to Duke Loves Rasslin.
Hey everybody, you guys know me as the pro wrestling photographer, the face that runs the place, and you are watching Duke Loves Rasslin.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you're doing on February 16th in Atlanta and Conyers, Stone Mountain, everywhere in between Georgia, but the first all-African-American wrestling event is back, and it's on February 16th. You can get your tickets at changeforwrestling.com. That's change number 4 wrestling.com. There's still sponsorship and vendor opportunities, but you have to be there. This is going to be an amazing night of action and unforgettable moments.
Change for Wrestling 2, back in the building. Be there, because if you're not there, where else are you going to be?
Brothers and sisters, you know that I am a big fan of independent pro wrestling, especially when it comes to folks who do good business. I am sick and tired of promoters that take advantage of wrestlers, who don't do the right thing, who are not fostering a positive entertainment experience in communities that they put events in. And that's why I go out of my way to make sure that not only do we interview the folks who are doing it right and highlight them, but more importantly, we keep bringing them back. We keep pounding on the drum, making sure the world knows, hey, this is Duke approved. And certainly when it comes to the folks at Change for Wrestling, you better believe 100% Duke Loves Rasslin approved. I respect these fellas. I really appreciate all the hard work that they and their team do. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what's coming up next. So without further ado, face Najasism, welcome back to Duke Loves Rasslin. Let's talk about Change for Wrestling.
Definitely happy to be here again. This is Najasism, your hoochie daddy, and we're here to talk about Change 2 on February 16th, Atlanta, Conyers, Georgia. We're right there.
Absolutely, and this is the face that runs the place. We are super excited for Change 2. We've put a lot of work into it to provide a show that's going to be worth it, that people are going to get there. If you don't make it, you're going to be upset you missed it. So we've definitely working our butts off to make something shape.
You did it before, and now you're back again, bigger and better than ever. We'll start with you, Face. Why? Why are we getting Change 2?
I saw from Change 1, obviously we're in the wrestling business. We're in the business, so we saw how our demographic reacted to it. They loved it. You know, it felt great putting on a show for our community. As soon as people left, they were like, "When is it coming back?" So that feeling again motivated us to, okay, well, let's get something going again. You know, let's call the guys. Let's try to get this show planned. Let's try to do everything we possibly can ahead of time. But it really came from, okay, we saw from the first show that what we're doing here, it matters to people. People were telling us, like, this show, the fact that you did something for us, by us, it means more to us than you can even imagine it. You know, when people told us that, it was like, okay, we have something here, and it's our job to give it back and do it as much as possible, you know, because it was receptive. Well, everybody loved it.
When it comes to the experience, the Change for Wrestling experience, for someone who did not attend, the previous event and who are looking for something to do, maybe they want to take their sweetheart, maybe they want to take the kids, maybe they want to take the whole family. What can you promise that they will experience when they're at Change 2?
Pure entertainment, and not only entertainment, but really good high-level professional wrestling matches. And it's not just going to be straight wrestling. We're going to have a lot of entertainment aspects to the show. and it's going to be something different. And all African American staff, wrestlers, commentators, everything is all put into this event for our culture, and we're celebrating Black History Month. So if you were wondering what is the event, what am I going to do this month to celebrate Black History Month, this is a perfect thing. If you're a wrestling fan, not only do you get to come celebrate Black history, but you get to enjoy an amazing show. We're going to have some surprise. We got some amazing dancers that's going to open up the event. We possibly may have a band. We're not going to let all the nuggets out just yet, but there's going to be some surprises that you don't normally see at a wrestling show that happens at Change too.
This is an interesting concept. You have a card that from top to bottom, it's all Black wrestlers, and in an industry where there are so few Black wrestlers who are being featured out there. Consistently you hear top names. Well, who are the Black wrestlers out there? Who, as if they can't find them. You're making it easy for everybody to find them because you're putting a lot of folks on one card, highlighting who's out there, best of the best. This is what it's all about. Doing it in Atlanta, Change for Wrestling, and you're building a brand that folks know that they can turn to you in order to get that type of information, in order to figure out who's going to be the next big star, especially the next big Black star or stars, male, female, in between, it doesn't matter. Change for Wrestling is going to deliver on all that. But I want to ask you this, though, Najasism. Mm-hmm. When it comes to who's invited in terms of fans, are there any restrictions in that regard, or is everyone invited?
Oh, no. At the last show, we had Black, white, Latino. The show is for everyone. This is just a platform to give these African-American talents who don't get, to be in the main events or get booked on every show because of, there is a limited roster or whatever. This is just providing another platform for the African-American talents, but this is a show for everyone. Only Black people don't need to celebrate Black history. Black history has have a lot to do with this country. The slaves, this country was built on the back of slaves. So it's just not for Black people to come celebrate Black history. There's more people who can celebrate Black history. So this event is for everyone.
One of the things that I give you fellas a lot of credit for, and Face, I'm really looking at you on this one. The visuals have just been tremendous. You really have invested in making sure that whether people are there or they're just watching online to see what happened, they get a very good view from your photos, your posts, the way other people are sharing the content. Talk to me about the marketing aspect of this. Are you satisfied with the way things have been going so far, and where you plan on taking it?
Absolutely. As much as I wish I could take full credit for the photos and videos and all that stuff, that is me and Naja both work on that together.
But every picture, let's be clear, almost every picture you see is his photography. A lot of the flyers are my design. Some of the flyers are his design. Most of the videos are my work, but everything is a team effort with me and him with the video and graphics. 100%.
Absolutely. And as far as the market and overall picture, I knew that if there was going to ever be a project, because if you remember last time, this was my first appearance doing anything except photography. So when I initially, when we initially created Change, I was like, the marketing, if I'm going to be a part of it, especially with my reputation, it's going to be beautiful, So I remember looking at this point, I've seen plenty of flyers, stuff that I felt like worked, stuff that I felt like could be better. I saw a lot of promo videos that I felt like, oh, this could be better here. So it was kind of a learned experience. And I just kind of, saw what everybody was doing or wasn't doing and figured a way to change it completely to make it our own. When it comes to the marketing, the graphics, the flyers, the photos, the videos, you don't want to reinvent the wheel too much, but you definitely want to take risk and do stuff that you don't necessarily see out there because that's what makes it more meaningful. So I feel like me and Najasism both had that in mind when we came out with our graphics. So we wanted it to be appealing to the eye. We wanted people to think, oh, this right here is larger than life, because it truly is. But if we would have had bad branding and marketing, then people wouldn't be able to see how spectacular this show truly is.
So the overall goal is not only to hit them over the head with the marketing, the graphics. And speaking of marketing, tomorrow we'll be releasing the Road to Change, where our commentators are going to go through every match, break it down. We did it last year, and it was a real successful post when we broke down every match. It was about 10 minutes long, and people actually sat and watched that 10-minute video on Instagram. So we're going to do that. That's going to release tomorrow. And as far as the marketing goes, we have been heavily marketing since November, actually. We announced the first match in November. It ended up getting changed, but we've been marketing more than any other show, I think, like consistently here in Georgia for 3 months. So right now, ticket sales aren't where we want them to be. But here we understand, like, the 2 weeks before and the week of is when people really start to buy tickets. And it happened last year. It happened with the Georgia Wrestling Awards 2 weeks ago when I ran those. So we're aware that it takes time, but that's the goal right now: sell tickets, get people in the building.
Well, I'll tell you right now, we know that Atlanta is a notorious walk-up business territory, so to speak. So certainly, folks, I respect the fact that I could put it off, I'll do it day of, or what have you. Listen, while you have an opportunity to get the tickets that you want, to get as many that you want, to bring as many of your family and friends that you want, you definitely don't want to sleep on this and leave it up to chance. Get your tickets now. Get it out of the way now. That way you can put it on your calendar. It's guaranteed you're going to be there. You're going to have a great time as well. So we got a stacked card here.
Let's talk about
it. If you were to, let's talk about it, brother. Hit me with it. What should I be most excited about for this card here, Change 2?
Every time I get on a podcast or interview, I just like to hit every single match. But let's start with the Change Challenge, because in my opinion, the Fight for Survival at the first show, where we had, I think it was 20 competitors and the last man standing, type deal. But this one has 7 competitors, and you got Deion Summers, who is one of the fastest rising up and coming talents in the state. Somebody I helped train. DJ Smoke, one of my group members in the ENT, somebody else I helped train. And then Austin Towers.
I'm sorry to interrupt. He's also the Fight for Survival champion.
Yes.
Won last year's Fight for Survival.
And the person he eliminated to win the Fight for Survival, multi-time world champion, the 7-footer Austin Towers. Then Ashton Starr, who's traveled all over the U.S., done some spots on AEW. He's been all over. Then you got J. Alpha Miller, who just won Rookie of the Year here in Georgia. Another one of my trainees. Manny Lowe, who's toured up in the Carolinas, done some spots with AEW Dark, I believe. He's been on All Caribbean, Firestar. He's took the Firestar champion, Jackson Drake, who's also WWE ID to the limit. And then last but not least, one of the fastest rising stars in the business, Jay Lucas, who just wrestled at the Hammerstein Ballroom and done some spots with GCW. It's going to be a match. So what the Change Challenge is, it's a 15-minute time limit. And the man at the end with the most pinfalls and submissions is the winner of the match.
I mean, that alone is stacked.
Yeah, that's one match. That's
you could get that one match and be. I was going to say that's one match. You can get that and be satisfied already. But what else do we got?
Face, go ahead and tell them one of your favorites.
Okay, so one that I'm truly looking forward to is it's a lot of places I can go with this one because the card is just amazing. I'm looking at it now, looking like, oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm super excited for CT Keys and Shoot Taylor. We had CT Keys come last year, and he put on quite the performance, so it only made sense for us to call him back in. Last year, he faced Tyson Maddox. This year, he's going to be facing Shoot Taylor, who is in juxtaposition to Tyson Maddox. Tyson Maddox is broadly big, huge football player, is the kind of guy. Shoot Taylor, within his own right, has the strength, but also has the speed. So
yeah, it's pretty much a contrast. You got the technical and the technical ability and speed of Shoot Taylor versus the power and brute strength of CT Keys, who can also flip and fly and all of that. And he's jacked. So I love the matches that have those big contrasts, and they are going to tear the house down, honestly.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely going to be, like you said, opposites collide, but at the same way, opposite but equal. You know what I mean? Like that match can go either way. It's going to be some great wrestling to watch.
And then I'll go to the match that should have been a one-on-one match with me for the PCW Championship. Last year and 2023, I held the PCW Championship for 382 days, and Stuckey cashed in and took the belt from me. But we had a press conference last week, as you saw on our social media, and the powers that be kept me out of the booking of this match, and they decided that Trevor Aeon and Chad Skywalker, who I'm in a best of 7 series with right now, would get the shot at the belt. But it is what it is. It's going to be a phenomenal triple threat match, and I'm going to be looking out to see who wins, because I'm definitely going to be challenging the winner of this match.
Ooh, we getting spicy up in here. Najasism. Wait a second.
I really deserve to be. I haven't gotten a rematch since I lost this belt, so I should have been in the match. And Mari, I'm not mad at you. I mean, Face, I'm not mad at you. You know, y'all made a decision to keep me out of the booking. Anything relates to me, I can't be a part of the booking anymore. So it is what it is.
Well, I got to ask about this, and Face, maybe you can give me some insight, because it is glaringly obvious here. Najasism is on the card as a co-host of this event. So, folks, you definitely will get a chance to see your favorite Hoochie Daddy. No two ways about that. But it's kind of weird to me that that Najasism is not wrestling on the card. So, Face, I'm not trying to cause any trouble here, but what's going on with you shutting our one of our favorite stars out of performing on this card?
Well, after talking with all parties involved, PCW, Change, it was decided that it'd probably be best for business if he set this one out. Only reason is because, like you said, we have Dominic Stuckey here, who has been the champion now for a little while. You got Trevor Aeon out here trying to really make a name for himself, and he's never had the opportunity to get the belt. So, and with Chad Skywalker, I mean, he's just been a phenomenal talent who's been working hard all season for PCW. So it really made sense that we just really didn't. We give the people opportunities who didn't hold the belt for 340. What's the correct date?
82 days.
Yeah,
382 days. And I'm you know what? I've made my peace with the situation. I'm not going to complain about it. It is what it is. We created this show to give opportunities. Yeah, I'm not going to hate or complain, but the winner better get ready to get that ass whooped. Sorry, I meant to say it, but I really meant it. That's why I said it. Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely going to tell folks out there listening, if you want to show up and voice your concern, make sure you bring your signs. Let the office know that Najasism should have been wrestling on that card, because this is crazy. Black History Month, and Face is over here with his little personal issues, and he's doing our brother wrong. And I'm just going to call it the way it is. You fellas know I call it down the middle. I am appalled by the fact that Najasism is being treated like this, and I'm just saying it. I'm going to leave it at that. You got some talented folks on this card. I can't wait to see it, especially that main event and all that good stuff there. But something is a little fishy going on here, Face. I'm just going to call that right now.
Yeah, I think and hopefully eventually you guys will all see it my way. But talking to the powers between both Change and PCW, like I said, we just decided it'd be best for business at this moment.
And at the end of the day, when we did us having it at PCW, we were obligated to provide. They would get one match on the card that was solely a PCW match. So they decided that would be the PCW Championship. What's bigger than that on the actual card besides having the World Championship defended? So it is what it is. But at Change 2, I still might have to get a little physical. We'll see. I'll be watching.
Listen, we will all be watching Change 2. We will all be watching, because something stinks. I'm telling you right now, and it's not the barbecue, folks. I'm just going to say that once and for all. Now, you have the man-eater herself, Savannah Evans. She's taking on Rose Gold. That's a hell of a match. How are you guys able to book that match?
So I got a nugget. I got to drop this nugget. So Rose Gold, of course, somebody who's trained with me also. just won Female Performer of the Year here in Georgia for the second year in a row. What people may not know about Rose and Savannah, Rose Gold's very first match ever was against Savannah Evans. So Rose has evolved over these past 4 years. She's confident. She's getting 10 times, but she's gotten 10 times better in the ring. So this is a huge test for her to face the person she wrestled in her very first match. That's a TNA knockout right now. This is the ultimate test for her, honestly.
Absolutely.
Did you know that was her first match, Pace?
I think you had informed me previously, yeah, but leading up to this, no, I had no idea.
Okay, yep. So
I know that's going to be a banger. That is history in the making right there. Get a chance to avenge your first match where you didn't necessarily know what you were doing. You were still kind of feeling it
I
out.
was about to say
Now
they have no idea.
Yeah. Now
And
Rose
then-
Gold is ready.
Yes, and then we got one tag match on the card that really got built up at the last show. After the Russell twins won their match, my ENT brothers, my faction members, the H-Town hitters came out and stood face to face with the Russell twins. And when we saw twins staring at twins, we knew it was a match that had to happen. So this is the biggest test of the H-Town hitters' career. They've been wrestling a little over a year now, and everywhere they go, people just look at them and they immediately grab their attention because they're 6'3", they're 240 pounds or whatever. They're some big dudes. So when you see them, and they look just alike, so you're automatically gravitated to looking at them. So this is going to be the biggest test of their careers: is size versus experience and speed.
Yeah, that's definitely. Shout out to the Russell twins, friends of the show. We documented their careers since the beginning, so it's great to see them back on the card. Definitely going to be taking on these blue chippers here, the H-Town hitters, and we're going to see who really are the big dogs in the yard there at Change 2. Now, this main event.
Before we get to the main event.
Before we get to them last two matches, we got to talk. We got two more matches, but before we get them last two matches, we got to talk about my co-host, Shalonce. If you ever wanted to be entertained, you are going to be entertained when me and her sing our duet. And when we show up dressed to the nines, we gonna look so fly when we come out at the beginning of that show. And when we deliver the best song that anyone has ever heard in their lives, they're gonna want to just sign us to record deals and take us platinum right after they hear us sing. But I had to give a shout out to Shalonce. And before we get to the main event, come on, we got to talk about the world travel Ariel Van Gogh, who recently seen on GCW. He's done TNA. He has championships in multiple countries right now and all of that. Facing one of the fastest rising stars in the business, movie Mike Face. Tell him about this match.
Okay, so I'm super excited about this one, mainly because I remember a while back I met Ariel Van Gogh at WWA 4 where I was taking pictures, and he was an extremely cool guy. I was watching the match, and he was doing stuff that I've never seen anybody do because he has that calisthenics background. So I was watching him do things that I've never seen anybody do, and was just like, oh, am I becoming a fan right now? Like, this is crazy. So he'll literally hang off the roof, all types of stuff. It's a crazy experience you get from Ariel Van Gogh. I was actually talking to my girlfriend last night, and she was like, "Okay, let's watch some Ariel Van Gogh clips." And my girlfriend, who isn't the biggest pro wrestling fan, knew that there was something special with him. She was, everything he was doing was like, "Wow, this is crazy! I've never seen this before." And with Movie Mike, you have what I like to say is a pure entertainer, meaning that you always will get a story out of Movie Mike. He's great with telling the story in the ring, but also he's great telling the story with a mic in his hand. So he's a great storyteller, whether that be vocal through physical in-ring work. He's just talented as it is. So,
oh my God, I got an idea.
I'll let you have it. The mindset between this match was literally artist versus artist, movie director versus painter.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I just had a quick idea. Me and Movie Mike has to shoot some stuff together while he's here. It might be some of the most entertaining thing either of us has ever done. So I'm gonna make sure we get that done while he's in town.
You might want to throw Shalonce
Breaking
in.
news here, folks. Breaking news.
Oh, yeah, and Shalonce. Oh my God, can you imagine it? Me, Shalonce, and Movie Mike in the same video. Oh, it's about to happen. I just had to drop that.
So hold on a second, Najasism. Are you and Shalonce going to be, singing "Fire and Desire" or something like that? What kind of duet can we expect here?
We can't tell you. Just know it's going to be the best thing you ever seen live.
You know what? I'm not
going to let you know it's going to happen. So it'll be the best thing you ever see live.
Yeah. Also, we didn't have any studio time within the Change 2 budget, so I hope that answers your question there too. We did not pay for studio time. So yeah, I'm terrified myself, but I'm gonna let it happen. But I'm terrified.
It's gonna be great.
Unreal. This is
might
unreal.
open up with Lift Every Voice and Sing a remix.
Oh boy, there we go. Wait, I thought you were gonna do like what's that song that was in that movie there that Lady Gaga and the other guy was singing together? I thought you were gonna do that song. You know what I'm talking about.
We might do a little what's that group that used from the 90s? I forget the name of the group, but we're really fond of the song. You may know it. Shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got.
I think that was song of the year back then, right?
Hell yeah, that's what we might be doing.
There it is.
Hey, I tried to hold it in. I couldn't do it. I tried to hold it in. I couldn't do it.
On Duke Loves Rasslin, I ask the tough questions and I make sure I get an answer. So there we go, folks. We have an exclusive. Right? What's the name of the song again? That may be performed.
That will be "Shake That Ass, Bitch, and Let Me See What You Got."
There it is. There it is. An instant classic. You know that one, folks. Come on. Be ready. This is what I'm saying. TikTok, the whole 9 yards. Get ready, folks. It's going to go viral. That's right. All right, now you're holding out.
It's the main event, baby.
You're holding out. Yeah. Talk to us about the main event now because this is a big one.
So let's talk about it. This show was built around Tyson Maddox versus JTG. Tyson, a couple months ago, hurt his leg pretty badly. We're going to be releasing the video of him actually getting hurt tomorrow. Also, he sent me the clip of that just so you can see what happened. But anyway, he was very ahead of his rehab schedule. But then the doctors told him a couple weeks ago that he's going to need about 2 more months of rehab. He'll still be in the building as the special MC for this match and possibly doing some commentary and everything. And I'm sure he's going to be looking at the winner because he's going to want his match. But anyway, Carly Bravo stepped in. Carly Bravo has been tearing it up in Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor AEW superstar, member of the infantry. He's also been tearing it up as a single wrestler on the indie scenes over the past 6 months, especially here in Georgia. AWE champion, has been having some amazing matches, had a good one against Trevor Lee, O'Shea Edwards. So, hey, Carly was a perfect fit to step right in with JTG, and I think their styles are going to mesh really good together in the ring. I know they're going to have an amazing match. And JTG, if you're still looking at him as that guy from Crime Time in WWE, he has evolved into a god. He has evolved into an amazing in-ring talent, and he's a completely different beast from what you saw in WWE.
Absolutely, yeah. No, he's definitely a whole new caliber of wrestler than what we saw on TV. I know the first time when I saw him live, since I've started taking pictures, I was like, oh, this is definitely way different from the Tim wearing, jean wearing, hat to the side turned, character that I was used to in WWE. He's not to be played with in the ring anymore. And I know that's crazy to say because I know we got a lot of laughs from him throughout childhood and just adulthood growing up, watching him on WWE. But he did not come to play. He has not came to play, since he's been on the indies. He's been serious, a threat to anybody standing against him, and he's gonna raise sand. It's crazy. I'm super excited for that match.
It is going to be an amazing card there, folks. Once again, some of the top stars from around the world, but the fact that these are black stars being featured, you can't miss. You really can't miss. And that is the whole point. Change for wrestling. That's exactly what they're doing. They're ushering in a change for the entire industry, and Change 2 certainly is going to do that. Sunday, February 16th, 2025. What time is the bell time there, fellas?
So we have the bell time at 7, and the press conference will be at 5:30. And if you remember, guys, the press conference last time was very heated with the former Velveteen Dream, David Ali, Skrilla the Great, just issue. It was a heated press conference. So if you came to the press conference last time, just know what you saw last time is just going to be just as to the next level this time. And the press, if you want to come to the press conference, those tickets are separate from the regular general admission tickets. They're a little more expensive, but hey, it gets you in the front row and it gets you into the press conference. So change number 4 wrestling.com, change for wrestling.com. You can sponsor, you can vendor, you can get your tickets all on the website, right on that page, that landing page.
Indeed. Listen, Face, what is the best way folks can keep up with you so they never miss what's going on?
The best way you can keep up with me, obviously, for the Change point of view, is the Change for Wrestling Instagram. That's where we do most of our posting. For you to follow me independently, keep up with my photography and the Georgia pro wrestling scene more than anything. I mean, I travel, take pictures. I've been to New York, Chicago, Florida, Tennessee, you name it. But mainly I document Georgia pro wrestling because that's where I'm at. You can find all of that at interface_, INTRFACE_. And I'm officially, and I keep saying this last, I'm officially a WWE affiliate. So I do have a new Instagram profile called Interface LLC, where I'll be posting more stuff, such as, WWE gear. So like Penta Mass championship belts. Right now the thing that's hot is John Cena's Indianapolis Royal Rumble shirt. So any of that stuff, I have exclusive links. I get that content early. So I have a group, and I'm getting all that stuff out. So,
and how about you, Najasism? What's the best way folks can keep up with you?
All right, if you want to keep up with me, first, let me just go ahead and announce I'm doing something new with my TikTok. It's going to be very behind the scenes, like things. So you're going to see different content. Of course, I'm sharing it on my Instagram now just to get that cross following and everything, but TikTok, Najasism, Najasism, and then on Instagram, it's the Najasism, is TheNajasism. You can also find matches on YouTube, wrestling, Najasism wrestling. Just type that in or whatever. But those are the main things I use. I'm on Twitter also as Najasism, but I don't really use X that much. But yeah, if you put in Najasism on any app or any social media profile, you're gonna find me. You'll find me. And as far as wrestling goes, hey, I'm wrestling all over. I'm traveling all over. That weekend for Change is stacked, so it might be kind of good. I didn't wrestle at Change because the day before Change, I'm wrestling Sal Reinero for this SFCW World Heavyweight Championship. Sal Reinero, you know him from NWA. He's done stuff with ROH. He's a well-traveled veteran, so that's going to be a good match. Then Monday night, the day after Change, I'm challenging Owen Knight for the Classic City World Championship in Athens, Georgia. So I could possibly come out the weekend with 2 World Heavyweight Championships, from 2 different companies on my shoulders. So, hey, keep up on the social media, follow me, see what's going on. Dude, I forgot one more thing. Just like you forgot to announce that you're a WWE affiliate, I got to make sure everybody stands up and clap for me, because last week I was, for the second year, voted Georgia's Technical Wrestler of the Year. And then for the first time ever, I was voted Georgia's Overall Wrestler of the Year for 2024. So stand up and clap for your hoochie daddy when you follow me.
Strictly for the culture every day. Step in style in your unique way. Patterns and colors so defined. All about the perfect line. Be yourself, let your spirit fly.
visit www.strictlyfortheculture.ca.
This is Tony Schiavone, and we're desperately out of time on Duke Loves Rasslin.